Terve and welcome to Keppri's garage. Alright folks, time to put some new parts on the table. Here is the wheels. So we have both wheels and they are looking like this. So the plan is to make them look pretty once again. So the plan is to get them torn apart. I have new tires. It's exactly like the same as these are, but brand new. I also have the new inner tubes for these. We need to clean also the rims. I know that they should be chrome. This is black and this is, I would say, beige, but nothing like it should be. These are also pretty crunchy. It's like, I'm not sure whether it's dirt or rust or those two combined, but yep. Let's start with probably the, which one is front? This is probably the rear wheel because it has the threads for the sprocket. Let's start with the front one. I'm sure it's easier. It's always nice to start with something easier and proceed to the difficult ones. Alright, so the middle one is actually not a bearing, it's just the cover, so I think I can pull it out from there. These holes are exposing slight gap. Maybe I just twist it out from there. Right. That kind of thing. Then there is some sort of seal. Those goes together. Alright, so there's the actual bearing. I should be able to see some balls here. Crunchy as any. I will put in some brake cleaner to clean the bearings and we will continue from there. I guess I can do it over this one. So. Alright, so let's use the drill to turn the bearing and put some stuff in there at the same time. No. The bearing is just way too far gone, but I'm not sure how to get it out from there because this weird setup. Do I have the possibility to do something over this side? What happens if I try to force it out from there? Let's put in there. Not that there is like lots of spare parts. If I ruin this, don't want to break anything. Well, it might just come out from there. Any movement here? Maybe I'll keep banging. Let's see what happens. something happened. Yeah, the other cover fell off. Nice. So what does it reveal? Yes, this should be coming off. Unfortunately, it seems to be pretty much stuck there. So how am I able to proceed? I will do this slight adjustment. I was banging at the axle, so there might be this small lip generated at the top of the threads or at the top of the nut. So I will grind a little bit off from there and make sure that there is nothing holding it back. Like so. Let's use some ratata tools and we will be just fine. And it's off. Whew. There's probably some sort of spacer. Yep. That one. Alright, so this goes in there. Alright. So we have more bearings, of course. Let's make it turn. Do I really not just need to bang it out from there? I want to get them out from there now because it's not really that good condition they are in. So that being said, so I remember having some sort of another kind of device to hit something. This is more gentle way to hit them, I guess. It's out. Nice. So what next? Let's get the nut out from the other side. Voila! That's what you have inside decades of old scooter front wheel. And that will be of course grease. So let's see, I'm now able to shoot the other bearing also out. These are super crunchy. I think I might have ordered new bearings for this already, but not sure. Yeah, so how to check the bearing? Well, if it has any play, this has no play. It's super solid, but it makes noise. And the noise means that the balls or the surfaces against the balls are not in a good condition. Let's use the spark plug socket to get the bearing out from there. Happened to be just the correct size. And we have the bearing. Let's take off the other one and see whether it's the same ID. Yes it is. Yes it is. So I'll take off this one too. I'm gonna use the vice and I am the vice guy. Blah, blah, blah. So let's have it, you know, like this. So it's now against this inner lip, so we can safely bang it out from there. Alright, that's nice. So the bearings are identical. I think I'm gonna leave them for now. I'm gonna measure them up and see if I can find something online. So there's 3 key dimensions on the bearings. One is the outer ID. This is 35. One is the inner ID, which seems to be 15. And the thickness, which is 11. So I will check from online for those parts, because whenever you are this far in the process, it's a good idea to change the bearings. They are not expensive or anything, so just change it if possible, would be my suggestion. So let's have the tire come off, right? Do we have air here? I should probably buy tire tools. Would be good to have. And I'm not specialist in these tire things either, like in any other things. So let's see how this goes. I can probably use these old tires in some sort of another project. I don't need to be afraid of the inner tubes getting twisted around because of the new ones. Sir, I am victorious. Woo. Okay, beer break. So let's continue by cleaning up the rims. There is like ages of dirt at the top of the rims. I hope that there is perfectly fine surface underneath all the crap, so that we can polish it up and it will make perfect rim without us having to paint it. we have pretty clean rim. It's also shiny already. And this is just with the wire brush. So I did use the brass brush connected to the angle grinder, and it did pretty decent job, I have to say. The surface for the brake pads is now pretty clean too, at the bottom of the rim. So let's continue by cleaning up the hub with the brakes. It's super dirty. Alright, let's try to figure out how to have this in pieces. So when this is pressed, in which way? This way. So this thing is like the spring and it's pushing this like that. And whenever someone breaks the brake, it will expand it, but this will yet again push it back. Okay. So this needs to come out somehow safely. Let's see. It might just fly out from there. Alright, watch your eyes. Okay, no harm done. Whew. Let's put this there. Then we should have safe brakes. It feels super tacky. So it has to go through some proper cleaning operations. But how am I able to take this apart? Is this coming out from there? Let's start by the obvious ones, like the nut. Usually when you take off nut, it will reveal something for you. Okay, the nut is pretty beat. Washer. Bell lever. Then we should be able to punch out this guy. Nope. Okay, so how can we get off the brake pads? Nope. So this should be possible to come outwards like that. And also the other side. Like this. They are super gooey and stuck. What's this? We have some sort of weird washer. Oh, there's some stuff coming out. That's a pretty weird looking thing. This has to be the front tire. Yeah, of course it was the front tire. Stupid me. For some reason I was thinking that why would there be such a plastic gear inside the rear wheel, but this is the front wheel. And this is of course the speedometer gear. So now we just need to get the brake pads out. It's getting better every time. Like you can probably see. So that's the WD-40 magic going on. But it works as good in between the brake drum and the brake pad, so we have to get it out from there with some sort of another chemical. But let's first worry about having the brake pads out from here. Whew, this one is pretty stuck. We did 40. So we can take this out of it. Okay. There is number 1. And it was from this side. But if we check from here, there is number 1 here. So could we have them upside down? So I bet this would be better here. And this is number 2. There is number 2. It goes here. Well, they are pretty much the same. But we will put them in correct order here, of course. Maybe there. Then the weedy. So a little bit of lubrication. Then we do this. Then we of course want to attach the drill into it. So we turn it with the drill, just a little bit, and slowly. Also there. Starts to get loose, right? Much better. It has to come out from there. What did I say? Do we have something to punch it with? Perfect. Now we can clean it properly with all the parts detached. So this is what I used for the cleaning purposes. I have this pine line metallic cleaner stuff. So some of that in there, then there is water, then different kind of brushes, and for the most stubborn parts we will use the brake cleaner. And here we have cleaned up bits and nuts and pieces for the front wheel. So I just degreased everything. There is a bunch of stuff which has some corrosion on them and old paint, and this is also painted. So I need to still use some wire wheel. The brake pads are pretty okay. They has like lots of usage left still, so we can use them. But a little bit more fine tuning before we can start putting it back together. and they are clean. This one turned out super nice. Even though I still need to do some fine tunings from the small areas like inside here. But this is how it should look. Of course I will need to polish it to make it perfect, but this is just after the wire wheeling. All the other bits are also cleaned except for the plastic parts. I need to check what I can do with those. Alright, I have to go on and buy polishing tool small enough to fit into drill so I can polish all the tiny bits there. But I just wanted to bring you here because here's what we started with. This is the rear wheel now, and it's so satisfying to see something coming that clean.